Welcome back to the last episode of Respawn and Render in this house. I just rolled it. Why not? We have a lot to do today, but we wanted to at least do one more episode before we leave this apartment we're in. We're moving into a house. Boom, 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 boom.
Thank God.
So, please forgive us and give us a few. We're trying to build a studio at the moment.
We left some boxes.
Yeah. This whole place is a mess right now, but figured we'd keep this.
It's controlled chaos, though, so it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. Trying to think.
We got quite a bit to talk about. A bit of shows to talk about. There will be spoilers because we've watched these shows. We're going to be talking about just a synopsis real quick. Wonder Man, Invincible, Daredevil, and even a little bit of Naruto. Not too much. Not too much,
Hold
though.
on.
Not too
Yo,
much.
hold on. Okay, hold
Not
on.
too much, though.
That's a good pull. I forgot about that.
Not too much, though, because I'm still watching it. But, like,
All right, hold on. You got me there. I ain't
I
gonna
locked
lie.
him in, guys.
All right, you locked me in a little bit. The energy's there now. You said Naruto. I went, huh? That ancient relic. I know that.
No. So we can talk about it. Not too much because I'm still like I'm literally like at almost halfway point. So we're working on it.
I see you didn't bring it, so we're just gonna have to talk about it. Your
What?
Sirens book.
No. Okay, yeah.
Well, I mean,
They're not up there,
Okay.
but also like comics. So we
what we've read since we've been gone, because it's been like 3 months since we've uploaded.
I don't even understand how time passes
Forgive
that
us.
fast.
A lot has happened.
Also, like, yeah, and then a lot's happened. We're moving, and also there hasn't really been good things to like watch lately. So we're just kind of
Absolutely not.
So we've just been working.
Literally.
Yeah.
Nothing really. Yeah. Say what we were gonna say.
Man, I didn't realize you put Berserk there.
I mean, you can go grab it real quick.
No, it's too late.
Why not? How is it too late? Well, I can talk about Berserk real quick.
Yeah, I'm
All
gonna
right.
get
So, listen, I'll just say this right now. So, I finished Kentaro's last book, per se. I won't lie, Berserk has been such an amazing journey through the highs and lows of Guts and his crew. I will say what I really love about the semi-conclusion at the moment. I know there are like manga chapters out, but I'd rather just wait for Dark Horse to release, well, hopefully release Deluxe Book 15. But what I like about it is literally about maybe 45% or 50% of the rest of the book is just like manuscripts and like drawings of each character and just describing who and what people are, their stats. I think that's a pretty cool thing that Kentaro and his crew did. I'm just kind of scrolling through right now. Love it. Old drawings of, Guts, Casca, Lady Farness, Istro, you name it. Skull Knight, Zod. That's pretty cool. But yeah, just want to say, like, it's really cool. I really, really love this story, and I look forward to seeing Kentaro's continuation thrive. Anyway, you can talk about I was just doing a little spiel on.
Yeah, spiel.
I really love Berserk.
So this is the Sirens, Gotham Sirens, which is based on Harley Quinn, Selena, who's Catwoman, and then Poison Ivy. And it's like their little missions they do together because they're all villains. Technically, they're all villains, and they always team up together and they help one another out on like various missions. So that's why they're called the Gotham City Sirens, because they're also like really hot. And these are like my favorite covers.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are. This is the first issue. This one's the 5th one. This one's the 3rd one. But these just are my favorite ones right now. I have almost all of them in the run. I still need a couple more. They're still coming out, so I know that the next one that comes out is on Wednesday, and I think that's the last one of the run. But it's so good, and I just love seeing all the girls in action, especially like Selena, because I know she is in a relationship with like on and off with Batman, Bruce Wayne. If you didn't know, now you know. But
Spoilers.
I know. It's been out since like what? But also I learned
Forever.
something new. I learned something new, and it's probably gonna seem like so like mundane or like you didn't know that. DC stands for Detective Comics because it originally began as Detective Comics Because of Batman, because he's a detective. That's why there's a detective Batman series. That's
How
why
did-
every time you watch Batman, he's a detective. Like
How did we find that out
I
again?
don't know. I don't know how I found
We watched
that.
something.
We watched. I was like, that makes so much sense.
Honestly,
I like because that brings like
I didn't know it was
Robert.
an acronym.
It brings like Robert Patterson's Batman so much more like
Oh,
joy
please.
because like he's a detective. He's showing the detective aspect. Or anytime you watch Bruce, he's like underground. He's like looking at stuff or why he sends in Robin. Like I'm like that makes so
Yeah.
much sense. Why it's called Detective Comics.
No.
I didn't know that. Like what does Marvel stand for? Probably something important.
Marvel?
I know.
Fuck, I don't know.
But like yeah, so it's good. I recommend it. And comic books aren't that expensive. I think it's like $4.
No.
It used to be a couple cents.
There's a couple comic books I'm looking for right now. Definitely. I don't want to spoil it because I want to find them still in the wild. But
Okay,
anyway.
you know what we found in the wild? Let's bring it to video games. We don't talk about video
Oh
games.
my god. You want to talk about that?
We don't talk about video games often.
Oh, bro.
Let's talk about your pool.
So I guess I can explain a little bit. Basically, TLDR is for like the last 2 years, I've been trying to find PS1 titles or games or whatever for a good friend of mine, just throughout cons or just exploring and stuff. And last year, I found one of the games, which was Heart of Darkness for the PlayStation 1. Full disclosure, I don't know anything about these games. I've never played them, never heard them until this point. Found it, was ecstatic. Drove all the way to his house, gave it to him. He was freaking out and stuff. And then
You gotta lead up to like when you found it and how you came and showed me you found it.
For which one? Heart of Darkness?
Not like the second one. Like you were like, here's the thing in the deal.
Yeah. All right, so mind you, the first game, it was, I think it was like $40, $50,
I think
something
it was
like that.
$45.
So whatever, like normal price game. I mean, it's still old, but regardless. And then I was looking through the catalog that MegaCon had, and I went to so many vendors and I couldn't find it. And for some reason, something told me, hey, check this vendor out, because like they was just like, it just looked disorganized, whatever. So I'm scrolling through it, looking, trying to find the names, and the titles are kind of laid like on top of each other, so it's like so hard to read the bottom of the title. If that makes sense. And I'm scrolling through, and the game he's looking for is called Jersey Devil. Also, no clue what it's about. But I'm going through it, and mind you, I've been looking for years, and specifically for this one, I was looking for like 45 minutes, an hour. Found it. I mean, I immediately bought it, but the price tag was like $80, $90. It was expensive as hell, and I was like, oh my.
And you tried to
gosh.
bargain with the dude. He's like, no.
No, that was from something
the other
else.
one? Oh, okay.
But so I bought it, but I couldn't go back to PLUVIOX and empty-handed, being like, hey, I just bought an expensive game that's not even for me. So I just sugar it and water it down. So I bought her a print of Tangled to like soften the blow.
He comes, he's like, so I found the game, but it's this much money. But before you say anything, here you go.
I got this. What's this little quarter pounder?
Yeah,
she's
what's
doing
your door
here?
right here? And it's like a 20 by 18, like it's a really big
It's a
print.
big print. It's probably like,
it's as big as your Godzilla print. Like if
Yeah,
I don't know
one
if
of
you can see
these.
it. It's as big as this Fantastic Four print.
yeah,
And
literally.
Yeah, literally that big. Like it's so beautiful, perfect for my office. And it's literally the scene where he takes her to go see the lanterns. I'm just like, oh. So I was like, I don't care about the price. Ah. And it's like watercolor, so it was good.
Yeah.
Okay, and then my pool, so epic. My first time looking.
Yeah, literally. Which is it honestly pisses me off a little bit, because I've been looking for years, and you just immediately go, boop.
Like we were in Birds and Beards. We were at a comic book game shop in Ocala, Florida.
Yeah.
And it's actually amazing, super good. They host D&D there, but I was like, it clicked in my head. I'm like, wait, there's a game I kind of really want, and my sisters and me talk about it all the time, but we never know what it is. So I'm telling him, like, hey, do you know this prehistoric looking game with this guy who like kind of looks like a little warrior, and he fights
I thought she was talking about Turok.
Yeah,
for a little bit.
And I was like, no, like there's no dinosaurs. But I'm like, wait, there is dinosaurs, but they're like prehistoric looking dinosaurs. And then I was like, there's mammoths in it, and there's ice, and like I can only remember bits and pieces because my dad played the game and we watched him play it.
Yeah.
Like there's like, this is before we could even hold controllers because it came out in 2005. So I was like, okay, I'll just watch with you, like blah blah blah, like, and he was a game hog. But anyways.
Yeah.
It's called Torque, and it's called Torque Prehistoric Punk, and it's basically about this little prehistoric looking dude who is trying to fight someone who's trying to take over his world. But you start up in the different prehistoric realms, so the Jurassic period, Cretaceous period, all that stuff, and it's like all combined together. Not necessarily accurate, but it's such a good game. But it's not about the game and the graphics just being booty and coming out on the Xbox, and it's by Ubisoft. It's the fact that I was like, wow, like this is my childhood. And when I found it, I sent a picture of it to my sisters, and they were like, yeah.
Freaking out.
Because we were like,
Freaking
you found
out.
the game. It was only $20. I was like, yay. And it was like my first pull. Like we went to one stand, and I didn't know Super Mario came. First of all, I didn't know that Super Mario Galaxy came out with a second game. And I was like, wait, I want to buy it. But I was like, wait, I can come back to it because there's so many of them. But this game I really want. We went to our second stand. I found it. I paid that $20. I thought, like, here you go.
Yeah, literally.
And I was like,
immediately bought it. And I was like, there's
over,
no way she just bought it like that. Oh my God. Speaking about Mario Galaxy, it's on the Switch now. Apparently, we saw the dual copy. It came with the first and second game.
That's why we all when we went to Target, like we were like, I was like, wait, just get.
I didn't know they ported it to the other console.
I didn't know either, but that makes it like, ooh, cool, because I can just put it on the TV and still play it the same kind of way because it has the remotes like the Switch. Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
You want to start Daredevil first because it's kind of like the lighter load.
Yeah. Because there's only a couple of
we only watched one episode. There is a new episode out now, so definitely talk about that next week. I think the biggest thing that I was like shocked about that Matthew Lillard was in the show.
Yeah!
He plays Mr. Charles. I don't know. He's like an FBI agent or something. Like he has high powers.
I'm not really well versed in Marvel comics, so I don't really know.
So I looked him up. He's an original character.
Yeah, okay, so I tell you what,
not in the comics.
I didn't even know. But
I was curious because I was like, who is this leading up to? Like, I'm confused who this is.
And he's so nonchalant, and he's like just so like suave, and like he's so timely because he when he walks in, he's just kind of like chill with it. And then they try to talk to him, and they have a phone call already lined up at the right time.
I love
at
it.
The question. I was like, you know what?
Yo, I love him. He's a great actor.
Have you seen people's like memes when it's like, oh, when what's her name when Kate comes on the screen versus when the other one comes on the screen? That's the psychiatrist versus the girl he's currently dating.
Kate.
So
you talking about the lawyer lady
when Karen comes on the screen versus when Vanessa comes on the screen.
Oh, so you're talking about the blonde chick versus the girl that got attacked by Muse.
Yeah. People are like when they see her come on the screen, they're like, and then
it's because she works under Kingpin.
I know she works under Kingpin. Dude,
it's like, bruh.
When she erased his answers.
Oh, after she took a swig of like vodka.
I'm like, you're supposed to be defending people. Like, what is wrong with you? But
corruption.
She's also, but we also saw Kingpin like flatten someone's head out.
Yeah. Oh, also, immediately loving what Disney's doing right now. They immediately are going for the violence. They're making sure
when they broke his arm.
Exactly.
On the ship.
Which kind of gives me hope that once the Punisher show comes out, that it's going to be even more brutal. We'll see. Listen, it all started. Not to go into tangent real quick. It literally, I was going to say it started with Agent Shield smashing the dude's face in for
the TV show.
Yeah. You know, with
Agent
Bucky.
Carden? Oh,
No.
Bucky.
And the Falcon. What was that? The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh, yeah.
That was the first time they showed blood. Like, legit. Like, no black and white. Because I was going to say, previously, the first Disney show that did push the envelope, in my opinion, was what the hell is that show called? The werewolf one?
Oh, yeah. Midnight.
Or Werewolf at Night?
Werewolf at Night, yeah. That one was... But also...
Oh, Werewolf by Night. Which, if you've not seen it...
It's so good. It's black and white. It's really good.
So good.
And then they started pushing it more. And then when they came out with their first rated R movie, which is Deadpool...
True. It's like they're realizing they can capitalize on the
like
adults.
their audience is adult. Like,
yes.
The people who are with it right now, like, yes, we were once kids, but we're all now adults, and we're all able to we want more of it. And also, most people are avid comic readers, and those who are children, like, of course, you're gonna start them at the very beginning where there isn't gore, so when they lead up to where they're at now, like, they'll be more mature.
Yeah. Love the violence so far.
I like his new suit. I think it's really
Oh,
cool.
the black,
black.
and the red threaded.
Mhm.
Yeah, super clean, super clean. Sad we won't get the Punisher during the season. They've already announced that he won't make a
But
showing.
hopeful because we saw the trailer for the new Spider-Man movie.
Oh,
and it like literally, I'm literally like they're building up because you got Spider-Man, you got Daredevil, you got Punisher, and I'm like when they all build up, and then and I really want you to watch the Across the Spider-Verse.
well,
Like
we
so
have time.
into,
We can watch
I
all of
know
them.
because like you don't like when you
I
go
know.
back and watch. I literally okay so. We're gonna
Yeah, you say it and I'll say it.
I have never watched any of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies except for what was one we went to watch? No Way Home.
Yeah, same.
Because I loved growing up on Tobey Maguire. I grew up on Andrew Garfield. Like I defended Andrew. I did. And to be able to see them all together, if you haven't seen it already, I'm telling you right now, too bad. To see them all together was so monumentous. Like people were cheering and screaming. And I don't know, you didn't get me a little that shot factor because you ain't watched Andrew Garfield.
Listen.
So then, when you go back and watch Tom Holland's, you realize all the Spider-Man from that very first movie are connected based on the things that are in the background, based on when they're talking about things subtly. Like, you start connecting like, oh my gosh, they're talking about Miles Morales. Oh my gosh, they're talking about Tobey Maguire. Oh my gosh, wait, they're talking about that. But like, you realize that Marvel is so intricate because they had it planned out from the get-go. That's why this upcoming movie is kind of like insane. And even people hinting at like Sinister Six. So we'll see.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, so
it's gonna happen.
So it's like, ooh.
It's gonna happen.
The only thing that I'm like and I'm still like maybe they'll come back around to it. I don't know. I know they're going with like Metamorphosis Spider-Man. I think right now.
Well, that's the thing is.
I don't know fully. I think I'm just guessing, but and also I really love the nod to the covers because that's what they did for the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
They did nods to covers, especially of the original 66. So it's like, okay, but my thing is like my voice is going.
I'm
talking so much. I'm yapping. But my thing is, I don't like how they ended with Venom. I just feel like that kind of like let off. But I know it's not their fault.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I despise Sony.
I know it's Sony.
Sony literally just cannot let things go. Honestly, they're on a gold mine if they just work with Disney. I get it. I don't know if it's a pride thing. I really don't know because what's the point of holding? Because all they're doing is they're just first of all, they've already cut the Sonyverse. Everything that they made is completely FUBAR now, which honestly that's kind of what they deserve. Like they made bad movies. Like the only thing they really made that was somewhat okay was Venom, and Venom was still an alright project.
Didn't Sony make Into the Spider-Verse though? They're good with animation. Like K-pop Demon Hunters, good. I think they made Into the Spider-Verse, if I'm not mistaken. Or was that Warner Bros?
Sony Pictures, yeah.
No, Sony made it, yeah. First of all, I want to talk about Warner Bros. No, y'all cut Batman Beyond from me.
I know.
You're done.
It's not even cut. They didn't even start it. They were like, no, we're not going to do this. And they were literally... I bet those animators were probably like... I bet those animators were so upset because they were like, we could have made billions of dollars if y'all just said yes.
Because it literally would have had the same style as Across the Spider-Verse. Like,
yeah,
it's fine.
We can definitely talk more about Spider-Man because I was going to say they also released a trailer for Spider-Noir.
Oh yeah,
with
Nicolas Cage, yeah.
Which is live action.
I'm so excited. I want to watch it. I know you can watch it in both versions.
You know
I want to watch it in black and white. What?
Is they're doing all these live actions with these Spider-Man. You 100% know we're gonna get them all together. Like we already talked about this, but like in the posters and stuff, Miles Morales is I'd probably put money on it. Miles Morales is gonna show up in what's the new one coming out? Brand New Day. Yeah, Brand New Day.
Yeah, it's brand new day.
I 100% think Miles Morales is gonna show up.
You know why?
Question is are they gonna do a Morlun run or are we going into Man Spider? Because people are saying like, remember when Far From Home came out or No Way Home, and there was scenes where Spider-Man was just jumping in the air, but there was a lot of still empty space and stuff.
No, that's why I literally was going to bring that up too, but I stopped myself because they were like, why is he running and jumping after him and there's so much space? Because they CGI them out, like edit them out.
People are talking about our cat. Nyla, what are you doing, girl?
Probably
anyway,
looks good on her teeth.
Okay. Anyway, people are talking about because the man spider that he grows into a spider, or whatever, and he has arms. Well, there's a scene where it looks like he's like in a prison and he's kind of blocking like a sword almost, right? But there's a lot of open space, and people are saying, what if he actually has multiple arms?
I also
I don't know. I don't know if they'll go that way, because doesn't the man spider die? He gets killed.
I'm not familiar.
But it would also make sense, because why is the Punisher there? The Punisher also was fighting against the man spider. Or what if we go all the way through, and because of his rapid mutation and stuff, and like he starts getting like stronger and then weaker, and then he eventually dies but comes back because of the Venom symbiote, goes into his grave.
And then I've also
oh my days, that would be so insane. Because the symbiote, sorry.
It's okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say, the symbiote is in this universe now.
Mm-hmm.
So, never know.
And I was going to say, they also, what could be a thing is that maybe because of all the mutations and malfunctions, instead of him having like biograded and made like a web fluid, maybe he'll have his own web fluid like Tobey Maguire.
Oh, I mean, that's already basically just shown.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's developing his own web. Like what you just said.
Yeah.
Literally what you just said. They already showed it. Let's see, what else to talk about? Daredevil. There wasn't really much to show. Like, it's just kind of the introduction.
That's basically it. And then we can move on to then let's do we'll stay on the Marvel track. We'll do Wonder Man, and then we could do Invincible.
Sure, that's fair.
Wonder Man.
Honestly, if you want to start off, you're more than welcome to.
Oh, go ahead.
I love, with like so much in my heart, I love the current iteration of Marvel shows and movies. I know a lot of people don't like the mental health like stuff, especially like Thunderbolts, and honestly even a little bit of
Loki.
I mean, literally everything. Loki, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like, I mean, it's all like levels of mental issues.
It's more
and
vulnerable.
Stuff.
It's more raw.
It's exactly raw and vulnerable. And Wonder Man just fits in that nice niche where the stakes are high, but the writing and the story just hits so hard. I mean, like we weren't really on our edge of our seats at any point. It was more of like a.
There was one scene though that did have our jaws dropped.
Oh, you're right. I literally forgot about that scene.
I'm like, there is one scene.
I literally forgot about that scene.
We were like, oh.
No, I literally could not speak.
It gave me the same vibe as in Thunderbolts when he was like, I'm gonna help you, child.
I got you, little one. No. I ain't gonna lie. Since Thanos snap, when that happened to the Red Guardian, he was like, I got you, little one, and she just went boom. I'm getting chills thinking about it, because I remember us in the theater being like, Disney's doing this. What is going on? Like, what's going on here? Did we not freak out?
I was like,
oh, so we're going there. All right. The void.
Yeah. So
just very beautiful. I had to relook up the names.
I think it's really good how they did it, because not only one, like all the cast, like it felt very fresh, very brand new, but also I like how they showed that his whole story, Wonder Man's whole entire story, Simon's whole entire thing is that he is an actor. He's in LA. He's been in LA for almost 10 years. He's been trying to make it as an actor. He's been taking like small jobs here and there, but they haven't really met him where he's at. But also he's kind of a control freak. And we see that in the first episode, that he has a way of trying to rewrite the scripts and rewrite the writing to fit his agenda, but he doesn't realize that him trying to rework things is holding himself back. His control is holding himself back, and he doesn't know how to release that control, which is impeding him from being successful. And through his friendship that he has with, what's his name again?
His name's Trevor Slater.
Oh, with Trevor.
Who is
Trevor.
Previously been revealed to the world as the Mandarin, but we find out in Iron Man 3 that he's not even like, he's literally was just like a gag. Yeah. And the real 10 Rings leader was Shang-Chi's father.
Shang-Chi's father. And through his relationship with him, like they're both, like one of them is hired, like Trevor is hired to basically spy on him, but he doesn't realize that actually getting to know.
Hired is a interesting way to put it.
Well, he's blackmailed.
He's basically like, you're going to jail or you're gonna capture this fugitive.
And the setting of it is based in like what, the 1960s or something like that.
The show?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's like modern day.
Really?
Yeah, it's modern day.
Oh, then never mind. I thought it was. I don't know.
Yeah, it's modern day.
Oh.
Because it wouldn't make sense if.
Because I don't know why they
Trevor
show black
Slater
and
would be.
white for Josh Gad.
Well, I think it's because they were just showing the doorman. Like they wanted it was like a. I keep on using the word juxtaposition lately, but it's not really the right word to use. It was basically, I think they chose that art style to pull back from the scene to.
Oh, wait, yeah, you're right.
Because I guess we'll just kind of go back and forth real quick. So they introduced Doorman into the show, which honestly I thought was going to be the Dot from Spider-Man, but not the same character at all. I think the reason why they filmed it in black and white was to take us away for a moment to kind of like add in a story of like
the seriousness
of having mutants or super powered people on sets of films.
But it begins also, to show the discrimination towards mutants.
Well, is it discrimination? Because the liability is insane and they would have to increase the insurance costs.
But they're...
Like, someone died on set because of a mutant.
Well, he's not dead. He's missing. But but no, but their justification isn't like it isn't like it's prison. They're putting them in prisons until they can know what to do with them. Means I don't know what to do with you, so I'm putting you in prison. Now Simon, on the other hand, I get it because boy is just blowing stuff up. You can't do that. It's not okay.
You're not wrong what you're saying. Like, having mutants in this universe isn't a crime, right? It's not like in the X-Men Fox universe where even revealing yourself would basically get you imprisoned. But I feel like in this universe, what they do is having powers isn't necessarily a crime, but they will use it in the court of law to be like, hey, you are a dangerous person. You're a liability to the safety of others. That's what they were trying to get Wonder Man on. That's why they had Trevor try to figure out, hey, we need damning evidence that, hey, Wonder Man Simon Williams is a threat to society, threat to himself. We need to imprison him.
Yeah. And then we see a lot of Simon, like in the first episode, we see him and his girlfriend break up because of his controlling issue, which we find out later on, she actually knew all about him. So for Simon, he thought that he was hiding his powers and like really well, but he wasn't. It's kind of like a tea kettle that's just waiting to go off type of thing.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of hot, but not boiling quite yet. But she knew who he was, but because he had to control every aspect, he wouldn't let anyone in deeper.
So sad.
And when he's ready, he's like working to get booked for Wonder Man, which, he's 10 years into the game. He is working. But also he's going he's going through his boss's computer. He's sending out emails in another alias's name. He's doing things you're not supposed to be doing because he really believes that this role is made for him. And, there are two sides of the caveat. Do what you can to achieve your dreams, but not at the expense of other people, because if it didn't work out, it could have ruined his boss's career. It worked out, thankfully. But still, he was so desperate, but desperation is not a good measure of success. Mm. However, they're doing it. This woman's going around doing interviews on him, interviews with his family.
Yeah.
Because he just got the role for Wonder Man. So she's just trying to get his something for the tabloids out there. But Simon can't just let people talk. He's like, I have to go check up on every one of the sources that this woman has talked to make sure they don't expose me.
Yep.
Now, if someone really loves him and they know also the society they live in, they wouldn't expose him. But he's so controlling that he can't understand that. So he goes and checks up on his brother. His brother didn't believe in him.
But granted, the whole time his brother, from the perspective of Simon, has always been like, "Oh, you're no good, nothing. Like I pay your bills, yada yada yada." Not really like that, but kind of like that. So from his perspective, I get like where he's coming from. He's like, "Oh my gosh, this is his moment to ruin everything and be like, oh yeah, Simon's a failure for the last 10 years." But
his brother doesn't. His intention is good for his brother. He wants him to do good. In his head, in practicality, because he's a practical dude, he thinks that that's the way.
Yep.
But even when Simon finally makes it, he realizes, he checks his own ego and goes, I'm proud of him. Yep. Because he finally reached what he wanted to do. Also, he saw what his dad saw in him. Because from the very beginning, we see with Simon's dad that his dad believed in him, which is so emotional for Haitian families. Because
also, shout out my Haitians.
For Haitian families, because it's not like that. Very much immigrant families are like, no, you have to get a practical job. Dreams are not, this is not a dream. This is life. We work hard.
I will
And
say it's definitely different.
it's very different because of, the backgrounds and stuff like that, the social economical backgrounds and culture even.
Yeah.
So to see his mother fully love and accept him, even though he was different, even though like, and his brother having to step up because his father passed away. His brother takes on the fatherly man role in the position of his dad. So of course his brother was like, "Hey, you need to do this way, because this is the right way." So for him to come down off of his horse and be like, "I'm proud of you," but also his mother to always be there and support him just shows like a different side of things, and it's just so heartwarming that his family loves him. Talk about the scene where the mommy, she says that what he said to her.
Yeah, he just, oh, dude, it's so deep. I forgot who. Oh, she
She's
pulls
talking-
Trevor
yeah.
to the side and was like, because so context. Trevor is being blackmailed by like a private organization, which I don't know if they're
The
government.
OCC, isn't it the
I don't know if it's
Department
the actual.
of
Anyway, the point is Trevor's trying to get information about.
yeah, Department of Damage Control.
Yeah. He's trying to get background information on Simon to get blackmail and stuff, and his mom's talking to him saying about this story about how when he was a kid he
You okay?
I'm trying to think how it started. I don't remember like the
Oh,
background.
so-
Was he riding a bike or something or?
So yeah, he got hurt, and she said that he was fine. She took him to the hospital and everything. They said he was okay, he was fine, and he was just so quiet. And she was putting the Band-Aid on him.
Oh yeah.
And
You
she
can say
said
it.
that his whole life, like, she thought that he was okay with where he was at. He had his movie posters, he had his acting, his theater. She's like, I never thought that he was lonely. And then he turned around and said, "Mommy, thank you for loving me." And she said it shattered her heart because for him to say that, like, he never talked, he never had any friends. And she's just like, I'm so happy that you're here because he's never had friends before.
Mm-hmm.
And in that moment, like, it really shot Trevor because you see him take the wire, break the SD card, and throw it out. And even that's because even for Simon, he's never had anyone he could be so vulnerable with, be open with, who they both got the roles. They both
Of a lifetime,
got the roles of a
mind you.
lifetime together. Like, they're both in it together. And eventually, yeah, like, the truth is revealed to Simon, which leads to the very end of the thing. But their friendship, like, Simon was like, "You're my friend. Like, what happened?" Because he's really never had a friend, so it devastated him, but not as much as it devastated Trevor. But you can see how genuine their relationship is because Trevor was willing to go to prison for life for him to give him the chance of a
by the
lifetime.
end, because basically what happens is everything goes through the story. Also, just like I love that Trevor being there for him is so beautiful because not that Simon doesn't have the ability to like emotionally process things by himself. It is more difficult, but just Trevor knows what to say in the moments. Like he's full of wisdom and stuff.
Like, I love when he says, "Acting is not a job, it's
a
a calling."
calling.
I was
Like,
like,
bro,
whoa, because
that
not
is-
everybody can act.
Dude,
But also the fact that
it's
guy,
not about money.
because that guy also that he was talking to, you could see sometimes in the movies, like when he's on the plane with that one woman, and she's like, "Oh, you were in the show? Oh, I love that guy you were in the show with." He's like, "Oh, I've heard people love him," because that guy is condescending to him, treats him badly. They go visit his house. He's that painter dude. They go
Also,
visit his house.
it just
and-
shows you.
And Simon stood up for him. He's
Yeah.
like, "You don't have to take this."
Yeah, you don't. I think there's a clear difference when people are rich and famous and they have no humility in it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's all about the money, man. Don't worry about nothing else." It's like you lose the passion of it all. Like, money should always come second in anything you do in life. Like, always, 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 always. So it's like when he's talking to Simon, he's like, "Oh yeah, Simon, don't really worry about it, man. Just chase the bag, bro." And Trevor in the background is like, "What?"
And Trevor looked out for his best interest because when they were all at the team dinner when he got booked, they were like, "Oh, shows want you, movies want you." And Trevor was telling him, "Hey,
Like,
as
bro,
a first-time actor, finish
tranquilo,
what you're working
tranquilo.
on, and then let them come to you. Let them come to you. You can have your pick in the mill." But they were like, "Oh, well, he's got to get booked because they all get a commission off of him, right? He's just a number now."
Oh, of course, they
But
don't care.
he listened to his friend, and guess what? By the end of it, his boss came up to him and was like, "You know what? Trevor was right. Like, it was good that you waited because now you get to pick whatever you want. Like,
Yeah.
and you can do it the way you want to do it because now you
Wonder
can
Man
name for
2.
yourself." Oh my gosh! But It's so good because he actually genuinely cared about him, because Hollywood is a place that will eat you up and spit your ass out. Like, it's very much like that.
They don't care.
They don't care. They'll move on to the next person. They'll gut you out. They don't care.
Yeah.
Everyone's when he shows up to the audition, there's hundreds of people in there. That is literally
Also,
what it's like.
It's got to be, and we talked about this during the series. We were like, it's got to be an insane feeling to like be the one out of everybody and get what you want. It's
gonna give you that adrenaline, like wow, like
the most surreal moment.
It's like that moment when they're in the car and they both get the call back. They're like,
whoo!
They're in the car, just freaking faces like
I mean,
what do you do?
You gotta think, even Trevor is probably freaking out too, because all he's ever been known as is the Mandarin. So to even get a cast calling is insane.
Yeah.
Wild.
Or small roles. And then also in that moment too, Simon is trying to control how he should feel. And Trevor is like, just enjoy what you feel. Like there should be no control here. Be present. Stop thinking over here. Think right here, because you're going to miss where you're at. That's why the present's a gift. Oh, Master Wing.
Literally. Dude, what a pull, man. Oh my gosh. I didn't know you knew ball like that. What in the world? So the big scene that happens in the show is Trevor finally admits to what's going on, and it breaks Simon. Like, that's when we fully see like Simon's true powers. Like, he is ionized powers, which isn't that just radiation? Like that's something we were talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
Anyway,
when two ionic bonds come together, they combust.
Sure.
It's science.
I don't know.
Ionic clouds, like, yeah, it's basically nuclear.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Oh, it's science. You know the ionic clouds and stuff from like 8th grade science?
No.
Really?
I dropped out.
No, you didn't.
No, but I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Not right now.
It's okay.
So yeah, he caused a big explosion and stuff, and Trevor takes the opportunity to do a selfless act, and instead of getting Simon in trouble, he actually comes back as the Mandarin and goes, he does the spiel, convinces the world that he actually blew up the set of Wonder Man to...
Also, sorry, I'm gonna cut you off. The guy who is forcing him to even blackmail him,
piece of
two
trash.
Things. The government, right? At the time, this is like the Department of Damage Control, which I didn't know, but it's co-owned by Stark and Fisk.
Go figure.
I didn't know that, but anyways, this department, they're responsible for cleaning up things. Yeah. We see them in you didn't watch Spider-Man, but in Spider-Man, whenever Loki came in and during the Avengers, they're the ones who are responsible for cleaning all the mess up and covering it. That's them. And they'll take people out of their jobs. They'll make people go missing to cover it for the public eye, which is crazy because everyone has social media and stuff in this timeline. But
that doesn't change anything.
I know, but like to go back. They have a huge prison facility that they're charged with filling up with villains, supers, blah blah blah, people they can't control or keep under their radar. They put them in there, and they're told by the department, hey, like, you guys have to fill this prison up because it's halfway filled or we're cutting your funding. So he puts pressure, the boss, he puts pressure on everyone. He's like, hey, basically your job's on the line, so either you get me a prisoner or that's your job. So this guy, he's like, well, I have a lead on this Simon guy. So then he calls in Trevor, who he then starts being like, hey, can you get close to him? Can you do an acting job? And he's like, oh, no, he's going to know he's an actor. I need something real. So that's how he gets the script for Wonder Man. And then he knows that Wonder Man's so close to Simon's heart because that's a movie that he fell in love with his father. But then through it, Trevor didn't realize that through auditioning and everything, that it was another way for his heart. He's like, wait, I really want to do this. This isn't about blackmail. I actually want to be the actor. I actually want to be in this role. I'm actually auditioning. And at that point, he's like, why am I doing this for?
Literally.
Stick it to my man. But at the end of the day, when Trevor got arrested, it wasn't even about if it was Simon or Trevor. It was about having a body in the prison. And even the guy tells him, he's like, and you might be the one taking the fall for this, but he's like, but I'm still got my eyes on Simon. And he's just like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, good for him. But caveat, also, we are getting a season 2. Has been announced. People were scared that, because it came out in January, that it wasn't going to get renewed. We just watched it in a fortunate time that we know it's getting renewed for season 2. But Simon breaks Trevor out of the prison.
which is so sick because he seems so in control of his powers. Like,
yeah, way better now.
He's so good with his acting because he goes to he's so it's so much so layered. This last scene's even so layered itself. He goes to this man's house. This man, he's like, hey, can I just follow you around? I'm method acting. Method acting is the process of where you you become that role, you become that person, like someone who's really big on it, which not many people like him that much, but you know, he's pretty cool to me. Jared Leto is a method actor.
Oh god.
Dude gets so into his roles, it's kind of uncomfortable. Like, I like
method acting for him is
he's leaving dead rats at people's freaking sets. Like, what? Yeah. Anyways,
for
Joker?
No, for Morbius, he used crutches the whole time, and it took him like hours to use the restroom. Like, you would pretend like he had like actual like a disability.
Dude's a real method actor. Like, or there are people like Austin Butler, a method actor, or what is it, Austin Butler who became Elvis and then he couldn't lose the Elvis list. Anyways, I'm tangenting, but anyways, he tells this guy, I just need to follow you around, follow your life, blah blah blah, because he works for the Department of Damage Control. So he gets to know them, but also he gets to know their family and he gets to know their struggles because he's with them. But he's telling them it's for a role, but really he's trying to get into the Department of Control. He gets in eventually, but guess what he does? Because he knows the man. He knows the man doesn't want to work for this department. He's saying, I don't want to work there. It's soulless, stuff like that. His wife calls him when Simon gets in and they separate in the Department of Damage Control.
Yeah.
His wife says, hey, there's a large anonymous sum of money that was transferred to our account. And they're like, oh, by who? They don't know, but it's theirs. You can, and she said, you can finally quit that job. And it's like, wow. Even like, it just shows you like, oh, money one doesn't mean anything to Simon. Doing well and doing good means good to Simon. And also he cares about others around him so much so that he's willing to go break his own friend out of prison, even though he got the role of a lifetime. But it shows you that I've met my goal, but I can still be a good humility person, humble person. It's so good. Stay humble. What was it we were seeing recently? I don't know what happened. Never mind.
Okay.
So we're gonna talk about it, but we did MegaCon Orlando a couple of weeks ago, and like a weird energy shift is what we felt is like in the art community and stuff like that. It's just weird sense of lack of humility and lack of authenticity, and it's just something that me and Blink always talk about, like when it comes to the podcast or in the future of it, like whatever comes from it, whether the abundance, provision, all that stuff, like in Jesus' name, like we always talk about. But
continue. We
always talk about like just keeping humble, just keeping like humble as people, staying down to earth. Because the moment you start thinking you're better than anyone or you're like they're less than you, you've already lost. So as a tidbit, always be humble in everything you do.
Yep. Let's move on to Invincible. So far, I think there's only 4 episodes. There's a couple episodes out now that we still need to catch up on, but I think we've watched 4 or 5 episodes so far of the new season. Really loving the build up right now to this big war against the Viltrumites. Love the backstory of the Viltrumites now. We actually get to see.
You know, I'm surprised you say that.
What do you mean?
Because you have this trope that you don't like, where shows or movies they try to make you feel bad for the villain.
I don't feel bad for Viltrumites.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's not get construed. They're gonna die. Like, they all deserve
I thought
to
you
die.
were feeling bad for there are some people who feel bad for Nolan. I'm like, no, because there are people who know right from wrong. That's why you have a betrayer.
Oh, I haven't thought about feeling bad for them at all. Like, the only people I care about is Mark and Eve.
Yeah.
Like, everything else is just kind of like for the cause. Like, them destroying the Viltrumites, like that's the only solution. Like, if like hypothetically they would have surrendered, then yeah, sure, but they're not gonna. They're too prideful.
Nolan's gonna come back to Earth, right?
Yeah.
If Debbie saw Nolan, do you think that she'd be able to walk away from him or not? And if she doesn't walk away from him, like she reunites with him, how would you feel?
Dude, I don't know. I haven't really thought that far ahead, to be honest.
Because that is technically her husband of 20 years.
Husband that murdered thousands of people before he left. I don't know, man. It's a tough one. That's not for me to decide.
He said, "Hold on."
I don't know. I haven't thought about that far yet. Like, the only thing I've been thinking about is just the war coming. Like, I haven't really thought about like.
You also been asking like about Eve's powers, and like you're wondering when in the comics that'll be revealed in the actual show.
Well, come on, we already know she's pregnant, but like I want to know when she finds out. Like,
yeah, there's only
like
one
is
reason.
Cecil gonna be like, all right, let's do a little scan, beep, you preggo.
No, let's talk about Cecil real quick.
Oh my gosh,
This
this dude. This
Sorry.
dude, no, I love the memes
No,
already that's going
like
on
they're
right
like
now.
when he's like, "Hey, so guess who I saw in space today?"
Yeah, I guess what I just saw in space
Would you
today.
believe that Conquest has a twin? Cecil's freaking butthole fell to the ground when he saw Mark literally. We didn't talk about it in Wonder Man.
Oh, all right.
my
Just a
God.
caveat. So the thing that got us crazy is on the
Dang.
last auditions for Wonder Man, there was a scene where they're doing like improv scenes, and Simon is talking to one of the other co-stars that has the potential of becoming the lead, and they're doing a telephone game, and it's like, oh, Simon's being called by an old school bully, and words are being thrown back and forth and stuff, and Simon loses it and punches a hole through his face.
Like literally,
Like,
freaking brain matter, all that just hole in his face. Everyone's so shocked, and we're
I
like,
literally thought for like 50 seconds that it was real, because I was like,
and I kept asking, I was like, "Is it real?" And I'm talking, I'm like, "Is it real? Did you see that? Why aren't you saying anything? Say something." He's like,
I was in shock.
he's like, "I can't talk."
I literally was in shock because I could not. I was not expecting that, but it was just like a dream. Like he fell asleep for a few minutes or something like
But I
that.
bring that back to Invincible because this isn't a dream. They're the symbiotes.
Like the symbiotic.
Yeah, the little brain nasty
eaters.
looking things from Mars is there.
Yeah.
And they're taking over, and they have a shield, and they have pressure on them because they're trying to get people out. And these things, they'll run the whole planet. Like if they get out, they
Even
run
one.
Even one could take a whole planet down.
Yeah.
And they're running out of time because the shield that they have, it's coming down. And then Mark has literally seconds before this this thing that they have. Like
He was given. It was an ultimatum. He had no choice. It was either he
take the
risk.
It's the planet or them. And yes, he is right. Like Cecil would have said he would have done the same thing. They're like, but we would have done it differently. No, it was a one way because he's a Viltrumite. Because of his past and because he's Mark, you guys are looking at him funny. But if it was any one of y'all else who did it, y'all would have been like, you did the right thing. But because it's Mark, but I tell you, Cecil's butt fell to his freaking ground because he's scared of Mark. Like he's genuinely terrified of him.
We find out a couple things. Well, one, Mark is starting to let go now. Like it's still barely, like we're fucking 4 seasons in and Mark's still holding back, which granted,
but
I feel like once
human.
I understand that, but like, he gets his ass beat for no reason.
But when you go too far, it's like you're just like your enemy.
Yeah, but there's a couple caveats.
But it hurts people around him.
Eve's father was like, "Oh, if you really cared about her, you wouldn't have let her almost die."
That's true.
It's like him
took
holding
Eve
back
dying.
on Conquest literally could almost got Eve killed.
Because Eve, like, we didn't know that she could regenerate.
Yeah.
Like, it took him seeing Eve die to do that.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have to get to that point. And Oliver said that to him.
Yeah.
Oliver said, like, Oliver didn't hold back, and he's a kid. He has the same amount of strength as him, and he took down the 2 brothers. And Oliver was like, he's like, we don't kill. He's like, well, we don't let bad people keep killing other people.
Yeah, well...
But then again, if you get to that point, it's like, you're playing God. So, like, who's
well, it's not just that, playing God. It's the Batman thing. It's like Mark's trying to be like Batman, where Oliver's like...
Jason Todd.
He's like, listen, man, he gotta go. He's gotta go. I think there's definitely caveats to everything. Like not every punishment should be dealt with death, but when it comes to the end of the world thing, it's like, dude, you gotta go, God. Like,
yeah. But I think it's so funny. I know.
No. I was gonna go.
Oh, I just think it's funny because it's like, one, we see how the Viltrumites are wiped out, billions of them. Billions of them. Or they're taught from very young to murder one another, and that they are literally, they feel like Thanos, like, I am the peace of the galaxy, like, I am the one who's getting, like, bruh. Like, but when it's done to them, they didn't like it, they doubled down. They're like, no. But 50 of them are very powerful anyways, but we see, we thought he was Mark at first, but I'm like, that has to be Omni-Man. Like, that has to be his dad.
Nolan.
That has to be Nolan. And it is. We see how he grows up and stuff like that. And the fact that it's revealed that they go through the galaxy finding people that they can, like, interbreed with that will be perfect, which he lied about to Mark. He was like, take your brother back to Earth because they'll kill him for interbreeding. But, like, he looks just like, he's just a little purple, but he looks just like...
He's getting lighter now.
He's coming into his color. But he lied even in that moment because his mission was that, to procreate across the galaxy.
Listen, even though Nolan might be a villain, but he's not a monster, okay? He's still processing, like, actually, before I lose my train of thought, what I was gonna say was Mark letting go, killing that one. Oh, they're called Secloids.
Secloids.
I think that's what they're named. He kills the Secloid leader, like host, right? And Cecil's like, oh, like we need to watch this. Like it's gonna get bad. But Nolan even already said like Mark's not even like Mark is literally almost as strong or even as strong as Nolan right now. And Nolan, like Viltrumites are supposed to get stronger as they age. So the fact that Mark is still 20, like he's got to be
Sequid.
Sequoids.
Sequids.
Sequids, okay. Mark is literally barely out of his teens.
No, he's literally like
he's
19
what, 20?
and 20.
Yeah,
he's in
20?
college, a young college
Yeah.
kid.
20, and he's almost stronger than Nolan is insane to think about. Like,
Poor thing is like so traumatized. Like,
yeah, but
and like even what Oliver says, also like just even Oliver himself, like Oliver is a kid. Like, yes, he's growing really, really fast. Like, I thought about him, like, you don't go to school? Like, but he's a kid. But also, he went from being a baby to, like, his age, like, in his race. They grow so fast to full maturity. And, like, what Debbie was trying to protect Mark from, and then Mark was trying to protect Oliver from, it all ended up like that anyways. And he says, I miss how happy Mark was. I miss him from before. But Mark has gone through so much that like he doesn't essentially have the time to be happy. Because every time he's happy and lets his shoulders down, something pops up on him.
Like I always say, one's purpose is more of a burden than glory. Like with great power comes great responsibility. Like it is irresponsible to have powers and not do what you can to protect those around you. Like it is an obligation. Like it sucks that you don't get that choice, but that's also the beauty of it. I understand you don't have the choice, but you just have to. Like I feel like I don't know, deep in my heart I'm like you're morally obligated to protect those that can't
stand
protect
by and
themselves.
do nothing. It's like,
so like I get where Oliver's coming from, because he also wants to be a kid. Like he literally is a kid. Mark didn't get powers till he was 18.
Yeah.
So like I get Oliver's perspective. Oliver literally has killed people as a teenager, literally as a kid. I don't even know if he's a teenager.
He's not a teenager
because he ages so much faster.
10. Yeah.
So I don't know. Love scene.
Alan
and his girl, dude. Oh my gosh.
Nolan was not having it with Wannabe Star Trek, bro.
Literally. Oh, that's another thing. They were making fun of Star Trek, dude. They were bumping, and Nolan was just like.
And then he finds out there's other rooms, and they were like, "I thought y'all were a throuple."
Yeah, that's wild. Nolan was so upset.
Like, I didn't know that they identified Viltrumites by their mustaches.
I guess I didn't really like that. Didn't click to me that that's their
they'll be like
their thing.
Like
they all have big-ass
mustaches.
Yeah, I didn't realize that all Viltrumites just keep the mustache. Like I don't get it.
I don't know. They got the sheriff stash.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is I love that Nolan's stories are actually starting to come to life. Like the big thing was the comic book that he made about the guy that has a gun that can like kill.
Yeah, the writer.
Yeah, it's real. Like he literally he was literally just rewriting or like hiding information to kill, which that doesn't make sense. Like if Nolan cares so much about his race, then why would he even look out for things that could kill them?
He's such a weird character because he's like, I'm not a part of this war, but I'm gonna help you collect all these things to take everybody down.
I mean, I get it. Like it feels like it's almost like the Avatar thing where it's like, oh, you were a human, but you're going against us now. Like,
but you're gonna think him being around humans, he said he's like it changed something in him because humans, like, we have the capacity to be compassionate and to feel and have empathy. Him being around Debbie, him being around Mark, in the lifestyle, mind you,
he is Vegeta, by the way.
As a Viltrumite, he was taught that as Mark was only 5 or 6 years old, you kill kids around you.
Yeah.
But when he sees him going to his soccer games, you see him proud of Mark, watching him go to the soccer games and stuff like that. He's experiencing and seeing the world so differently. It makes him have compassion around him. He eventually reveals that he's a superhero, and the world has superheroes, so he's able to then help society. But when Mark gets his powers, it's like his Viltrumite self activated. He's like, no, now it's time for me to step back into my role because of Viltrumite, but also he's battling with human Nolan.
Yeah.
So it's like he's going against his nature essentially, but he's like hasn't fully accepted that he's going against his nature. He's like, I'm still Vegemite, but he's like, but I'm this.
Yeah, but I mean,
he's lukewarm right now.
It's literally just like the Avatar trope where it's like Sully used to be a human, but now that he's in avatar form, the Na'vi, like from a human perspective, it's like, bro, you just turned on your whole species. Like, what the hell? It's kind of the same thing. It's like Nolan's going against his whole like history.
Yeah.
You gotta think they live for hundreds of years, so it's not like they have like a small little lifetime. Like they've seen history go,
Come and go.
yeah, like so. Yeah, season's
Even
going
that
pretty
scene,
good.
in 100 years, what will you have?
Yeah, literally 500 years.
500 years.
He's like, I'll have you still. Ah. Anyway,
Yeah. That's
anything
crazy.
else
And then
you
he got his freaking crap rocked in like that by his parents.
Yeah, that's imagine that being like your 18th birthday, you just get jumped by your fucking clan. Yeah, there's really not much left for Invincible. I mean, it's still like the beginning of the season.
So we're very excited. We still have to watch the 2 episodes that just came out, but I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah,
I really want to collect the editions of like the 1, 2, 3s that have all of them together.
like the deluxe books.
Yeah, I want all of them. I would really like
down.
that. And then some upcoming things. Super Mario Galaxy's out.
Oh, jeez.
They just revealed who did they reveal in Super Mario Galaxy?
Fox.
Yes, Fox.
Yeah, that was literally in the promotions.
It was in the promotions. But
Ugh. Yeah,
I'm
we'll
so
go see
excited.
it.
I hope I haven't seen it yet. I hope they do the scene where Rosalina is reading to the Lumas, and she's reading the story about how she came to be and how the Lumas came to be. Because when you're playing the game, bro, like, oh, I got tears. It's so emotional because it talks about her and how she takes care of the Lumas, and it talks about how she came to be with them and like how important they are to her. And it's like, it's so heartfelt when you're watching it in the game. She's reading through the book and you're just like, oh, the Lumas. Anyways, the game means so much to me. That's my favorite game. Baby PLUVIOX used to be a gamer before she picked being an artist. But we're gonna talk about something. I started playing Dispatch.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Guys, that game's real mature. The game real mature. Wait, oh, I didn't know that.
Listen.
You got something on my screen. I was like, oh no.
Listen, I don't want to cut the podcast short, but we have a lot still to do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Next time, guys, I will finish Dispatch and get
Yes.
back to you.
Thank you guys for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, follow our social medias down below.
Woo! And we'll see you at the new place and our new setup.
Yes.
Hopefully, it might look junky at first, but just bear with us.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. But thank you guys. Till next time. Bye.